Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is our Surah Mulk challenge for the month of Ramadan, in which we are encouraging our brothers and sisters to memorize the surah of 30 verses, especially in this month of Ramadan. And in doing so, they will fulfill a great wish and desire of our Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that was he wished every one of his ummah to memorize this surah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us tawfiq. Today we are discussing ayat number 21. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أمن هذا الذي يرزقكم من أمسك رزقه بل لجوا في عتو ونفور. Translation: Who can give you sustenance if he who sustains you stops providing for you? However, they adamantly continue their rebellion and enmity. Repeated translation: Who can give you sustenance if he who sustains you stops providing for you? However, they adamantly continue their rebellion and enmity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala poses a question here, that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the one who sustains you, if He has to close the tap, and if He has to stop providing, then who is going to provide for you? Where are you going to find the provisions? You will not have anything. You will be without provisions. You will be hungry. You will be thirsty. You will not have provisions for yourself. What will happen to you then? How will you manage then? Don't you think, O insan, you should have pondered and reflected on these realities, O insan. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding us that do not become so arrogant and so stubborn and so rebellious that you forget that your very bread and water, your very survival hinges upon His mercy, and yet you rebel against Him, and yet you are disobedient to Him. What kind of a person are you? It is only the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His sheer mercy and kindness, that even the arch enemies are not deprived of the basic essentials of life. Despite their atheism, despite their mockery, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues to provide for them as His favor and mercy. Otherwise, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could have completely deprived them and not given them anything, and they would have been able to do nothing about it. But this is the kindness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is manifested at all times, that even with the worst of enemies, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always displays the greatest amount of tolerance and forgiveness.